Hi, Woodridge families. Miss Hepworth here. Kids, I miss you. This school is so weird without you, and I hope you're doing well. I wanted to take a moment, parents, to share an update with you and just answer some frequently asked questions that I'm hearing from you. And I know that the district is also developing a frequently asked question communication for our families, but I thought I'd jump ahead and share with you what I know at this time, just to keep you informed. So some of you have asked about will teachers be in the building or accessible if parents have questions next week? And yes, we are continuing our normal work schedule, and so teachers will be available by email. And next week you have resources. We'll send out a sample schedule, or your teachers will be sending out a sample schedule to help guide you next week. The governor made an announcement, obviously, yesterday that surprised all of us in terms of shutting schools until the April 24th date. So we're hoping to return April 27th. That being said, he also mentioned that this next week was like a spring break for families. So I'm not, as a parent, it doesn't feel like a spring break, but I'm trying to figure out how to do the work thing and childcare thing. So I'm there with you if you're working through that. But just know that we're providing resources for you to help keep the kids engaged in brain exercises and learning. And hopefully you've heard from your teachers. You'll definitely hear from them by Monday, because that was my message to them. There will be no state testing this year. That's been waived. That's the latest news as of late yesterday. We had a question of what does online learning mean? We aren't actually able to meet all of OSPI's requirements for distance learning, as they call it. So what we're in the development of doing is doing the best we can to meet most students' needs, but we realize that we are still in the need to figure out how to meet all students' needs during this time. Someone asked about childcare options. I know there's organizations around that are doing that, but I wanted to let you know that Lake Hills Elementary will be the designated school for childcare. They actually qualify under federal laws to be able to feed families and continue food services for those in need. And also childcare will be available for those prioritized as children of health workers. And I have heard those that are homeless, as well as those suffering from poverty. And so we will have childcare available in that order based on state guidelines and rules. Wondering how to structure the day for your child? Again, your teacher will be communicating that. They're actually today worked all day to work in grade level teams on that, and they're getting super creative. That's what I love about this staff, and super dedicated. They were here all day working together on what not next week but the following week will look like, so we'll have more information on that. But I would say right now, look for an email on Monday to help with those answers. Question about will there be resources available for students with different abilities, whether it's advanced learning or special education. That's also something both departments are working on, because the laws continue to change as we continue to adapt to this new way of teaching and learning right now. So stay tuned for more information, but right now special education teachers are working on that, and the advanced learning department is also working on that. If you're wondering how to gain access to technology for your child, suggestions have been, well, first of all, look for a survey that's going to be coming out assessing the needs of elementary families. I know Comcast is offering free Wi-Fi right now, I heard. The district has also purchased a lot of hotspots and hubs from T-Mobile to support families in those needs. So there'll be a survey coming out for your technology needs. And we're encouraging people to think creatively with, we're going to be using the Microsoft Teams app, which can be downloaded on a phone, on an iPad, on a laptop. So again, it's the Microsoft Teams app that we'll be utilizing to communicate with you and your child in 2 weeks or so. Question, will teachers be able to tell us where they are on the teaching guides, the textbooks, and our lessons? Yes, teachers will be planning videos actually. So they're going to be giving some live check-ins that they'll be speaking with whoever's available and checking in and helping kids connect with each other. And then we'll walk you through that. And then also they'll be recording video lessons and giving an assigned task that you'll be able to then figure out when you want your child to do at home and so forth. So that'll be hopefully flexible scheduling, but we'll propose a schedule of what that could look like as a guide. But we recognize this will be different for every family and every student. There will be resources also beyond just reading, writing, and math. We will have some science and some coding, art, PE, music, library, you name it. We're going to continue our specialist services for kids, and so that will come out not next week, but the following week. And we just hope to get better and better at this as the weeks roll on. And question about, will students be able to collaborate with one another? We're hoping that we can start to introduce students to new tools. It's actually kind of exciting because I believe that they're the creators of their future world, and I think we're going to be starting to do some things that they're going to learn some social skills around. You can't all talk at once. And also just ways to collaborate, utilizing technology as a learning tool and so forth. But also creativity and sharing that in conversation and community circle and so forth. So I think this is an exciting time for us to just model for kids the appropriate way to use devices and resources. And if you are someone in a neighborhood trying to connect with another person, that is something you're going to want to consider, but we're not encouraged to promote that due to the social distancing that's being recommended. So be really careful with that, please. But I know we're all trying to work out childcare and sharing of needs at this time. Trying to think of anything else. I talked about nutrition services. Communication is still going to be coming out centrally, a lot of that, but as we shift into learning, teachers will be communicating more of what they're teaching, and you'll have access soon to a website that's being developed that will have all the materials for the spring quarter so far. That does change over April 10th for us, so that's typically when we switch over to new units and science and so forth, but your teachers will be guiding all of that. And we're going to continue in professional development, and I've been working with PTSA. We had a good conference last night, so lots of parents sharing questions then. But if you have other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I am here to try to lead all of this and support everybody in this, and I can't do it without knowing what everybody's wondering. So the more we can all work together, it helps us all collaborate across the district. And I couldn't be more thankful to be in Bellevue right now. We are a school district that is very systems oriented, and unlike some other school districts that are trying to operate site-based, school by school. And so we have an amazing teaching and learning department that's been working since last week, preparing in the event this were to happen. And we have an amazing staff too, who's so dedicated. I mean, we had to disinfect every piece of PE equipment today, so you can imagine there's a lot of PE equipment. I'm not sure that's ever been done, but boy, is it clean now. So there's a lot going on here just to make sure that we keep the schools safe and clean, and keep our staff healthy. And so anyways, I just hope this helps you. Just know that this is a time where kids are going to look to us and our reactions and how we respond. And so please be mindful of that, of when you're talking about the COVID around your child. And hopefully you saw some updates about how to talk to your child about this. So anyways, thank you so much for all you're doing. Hang in there, and I'll be thinking about how to do some morning announcements to honor birthdays as well, to try to keep that normal routine going as we are all in social distancing practices. So please stay healthy, care about everybody, and again, stay in touch. And until next time, have a great weekend. All right, thanks for being so great. Bye-bye.